it's Deanna. Welcome back to Ribbon Candy Hooking. I have been playing with my huge stretch velvet collection from Diane at the Velvet Hook, and I'm having such a good time hooking with velvet. I wanted to show you some of what it's like and what it looks like. I'm working on this piece currently of my bird, and it's got like a big border on it. I hooked all this in a matter of really not that many hours. It is hooking remarkably fast. It's like an illumination, and I'm putting a figure on the bird in the middle here. But as you can see, the richness of the colors, I've got a little sort of autumn sky going, a mixed sky, a little autumn landscape going around the bottom. I'm kind of mixing colors as I go to get what I think is a really nice effect. I'm not anywhere near done yet, but I want to bring you real close to this because I want to make the point that when you're hooking with velvet, it is super, super stretchy and forgiving. This is not velveteen. This is not silk velvet. This is stretch velvet. And it comes up really soft and lush and easy to handle. So I just want to show you what it's like getting going with a hooked piece. And again, I am hooking with velvet. It looks like, let me bring it even closer over here. It looks like this. You know, this piece that I'm working with looks like this. It's a nice stretchy piece like this, right? Super stretchy. And I've been cutting it. This one I have to admit I cut with scissors, which I do a lot. I'm a big scissors person because it's right there in my hand. But I also do a lot of cutting with a rotary cutter. Now I'm going to come over here. I'm backwards for you, but I'm going to do a little bit of hooking. Where will you see me? You'll see me right here. You know, I'm leaving some gaps in what I'm doing here because I want to put sort of contrasting colors in some of these spots. One of the things I'm doing differently with hooking velvet than I am with hooking, for example, wool, is I'm leaving the tails under. You know, traditionally with rug hooking, we leave the tails on top and we clip them on top so that, you know, you don't end up with a bunch of little tails under, number one, and number two, you don't end up accidentally pulling them out. Well, for me with the velvet, I prefer the way that it looks with the tails down, because one little piece, one little tail sticking up, you know, if you get enough of them in the same spot, it can look a bit ratty. Now you can see with hooking the velvet, when you pull it up, it's super, super stretchy. It bounces right back. If you put something right next to it, it immediately accommodates the next loop. You can space them out quite a bit. Packing is not such a big deal with velvet, but again, the stretch factor with it is amazing. It really locks itself in place once you get going. You know, it's not like, for example, wool, again, traditional hooking material. You know, when you pull out one from underneath, for example, I accidentally pull the tail, it's not going to do a domino effect and pull out a ton. They're really well locked in there because the velvet is so thick and lush, and it has such a thick pile. It just wants to stay locked in there. It is a really easy medium. You know, if you are somebody who is new to rug hooking and you're thinking about how to get started, if you feel like you might like trying something a little bit non-traditional, I mean, it ends up looking, you know, quite traditional. It's not a bad idea to try working with velvet because you don't want to use your cutters with this. It's stretched, so it's obviously got synthetic content. So you do not want to be using your cutters. You'll dull your blades, or even the Sissics. I wouldn't use the Sissics. I would be using a rotary cutter or scissors, which is what I do use. And I use them interchangeably, and I'm not that precise about the way I'm cutting. And I can just kind of sit on the couch and cut a strip and hook a strip, and it goes that fast. So in terms of not using much equipment, it's a really nice option, and it comes out so pretty, so lush. I'm so happy with the way this piece is coming out. It's like no filters. It's just crazy and bright, and I'm not even using particularly bright colors. It has such a glow about it, you know, that you don't get with wool. Wool is a lot flatter. I'll be experimenting in the future, so look out for future videos with using a combination of velvet and wool. But at this moment in time, I am so in love with this process. What a lot of fun. Something to give a try, right? Just hooking with velvet. Who knew that it was so much fun? And again, I'm getting my velvet from Diane at the Velvet Hook. She does beautiful dyed silk velvet. And I'll be putting out on Ribbon Candy Hooking some kits this week, small kits like this one with velvet. So the whole thing will come together, and including a hook too, if you want it. So it'll be a really good way to approach as a beginner. What a lot of fun. I will see you soon at Ribbon Candy Hooking. Bye for now.